All right, this is episode 35 of Oluswole, the podcast on a budget. I'm excited to welcome our guest. She is an accomplished biker, a peer counselor, and design pro. Emily, what's good?
Nothing much. I'm just chilling. What camera should I look to?
Oh, you can look at me.
Does it matter?
Yeah, you can just look at me and like talk to me.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
All right, bet.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm
cool.
just chilling. Nice weather today. Went to the gym, did some homework. Now I'm here. How you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, you're getting that work in at the gym earlier today. That's what I'm trying to get to. But like these past few days have been really busy, so I've been slacking. I was as of late. But like I just have so many like final projects and exams to do that I just haven't had time.
It'll get to you.
Yeah, for real.
You get back on that grind soon.
Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Just trying to get my gains up, So.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. How have you been? Like what's been the haps in your life as of late?
What's been happening in my life? All right, what direction do you want to go in? What do you want me to speak on?
However you want to take it. Wherever you feel comfortable
What's
sharing.
been happening in my life? I'm thinking school has been really chill. I haven't been doing much for school, but I've been biking a lot. I biked from Philly to Valley Forge last week, and I did it again this week. It's about 50 miles. 50 miles on Friday, 50 miles this Friday. Very good bike ride. Kind of hurt my groin a little bit. Hit leg day right after because I'm kind of crazy. But yeah, I've been really big into biking and lifting weights since I don't have a lot of stuff to do for school. So I've just been, working on my body.
Yeah. That's cool. You're finding ways to keep busy even though school hasn't been doing that for you, find other ways. So.
Yeah.
Biking, you said 50 miles?
50 miles in a day.
That's crazy. I don't know how you do that. Like
it's a mind thing. Like it's just boredom. Like you have to just deal with the boredom. Like it's a mind game. Because the bike itself, it's very flat and like you just pedal. But your mind just goes to places. So you have to just it's literally just a mental game. Like about like 4.5 hours of just like looking down, going straight. Well, you get used to it. Like it's kind of nice. It's like kind of like a mini ship. Like what is it? Sabbatical, yeah. A little mini one for a day. It's nice because you get to leave Philly and go into the nature.
That's cool. Yeah. Valley Forge is where they have all the historical sites and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever, I don't know, the war or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like battle stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's cool.
Yeah, it's chill.
Yeah. What got you into biking in the first place? Like, what was the origin story?
So, dating this girl. Dated for like 2.5 years. She broke my heart. Rightfully so. She broke up with me for like, a warranted reason. Nothing like within a relationship. It was just like, stuff that she had to deal with on her own. And I just it was winter break of our freshman year. And I had no idea what to do with myself. Like, what do I do? And so I was like, I'm just going to bike to D.C. I live in Maryland suburbia, about like 12.5 miles away from D.C. And then like from like center of D.C. is like 25 miles. And I was like, I'm just going to bike. I'm just going to start biking. And I asked my friend, her boyfriend, he works at a bike store. So he lent me a bike. And I just biked to D.C. one day. Just because I don't know. I was just like, let me just like do something with myself, because like this girl like broke up with me, and I was like, let me just like see what's up, see what's out there, like I don't know, focus on myself, see what I like to do. Because like that was during COVID, and during that time like I wasn't active at all. Like I'd go on walks in there, but at the same time I was like sick. I was like dealing with stuff with my immune system, so I wasn't physically able to like work out, right? And then at the same time like my ex-girlfriend broke up with me, my body started like my immune system got a lot better, and I was able to like start being active. So I took up biking. It was like the first thing I took up after like 2 years of not working out. Like I used to do basketball, I used to run cross country, and COVID hit, and then my immune system problems hit. So I was like, hey, let me just start biking. Like let me start biking when I had a lot of healing to do emotionally and physically. I was like, all right, I'm able to do it now, so let me just do it. So I started biking during COVID winter break. And then I just kept biking. Like, I didn't stop. Like, I'd bike every single day. I'd bike to D.C. and back. I'd bike around my neighborhood. And I brought my bike to Philly. Biked crazy in Philly. Like, every morning before class, I'd bike like 20 miles before like math class. And then do a math test. And then my bike in the summer got stolen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I like that was a whole big like I had an identity crisis. Like, what am I doing in life? Like, who am I without my bike? I just bought another bike that looks the exact same. Okay. And then I took a little hiatus from biking because I got into weightlifting. I like really wanted to, build my muscle because I was pretty scrawny still because I was just doing cardio. So I started doing weightlifting, and then the weather started shifting this year. When it started getting warmer, I wanted to start biking again. So now I do both. I try to get in like a long ride at least once a week. But yeah, essentially, I started biking because a girl broke my heart. Yeah, but we're chill now. It's chill.
Yeah, that's dope. I'll just talk about how we met. So that was the beginning of sophomore year. Mm-hmm. I don't remember exactly how, but there were just a lot of events going on.
It was hectic.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And then we just met and we became friends. Mm-hmm. And then we were with some of our other friends. We were in the Poconos over spring break. I remember you were going, crazy with the cooking, making all kinds of stuff, expert level, elite level skills.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. But tell me how you got into that and like where you became so good. How you became so good at cooking.
Yeah, so I took a gap year. As I mentioned, I had a lot of immune system issues. And like I just physically was like not well enough to go to school. So I'm like older than people in our grade, and like I took a year off. All of my friends went off to college, so I was like at home like alone, right? And I just didn't have much to do, honestly. And I got really, really into cooking because I was just bored and wanted to, just like experiment with things. Like at the same time I was dealing with my like physical like illnesses, I was like, all right, let me just see what foods like make me feel good, So I became a vegan. And I started experimenting with different recipes, like watching YouTube videos. I would make like homemade almond milk and then like homemade pasta and like just make vegan pasta. And just a lot of different vegan recipes. So I played around with that, and then I just realized veganism was too hard. So I just, practiced, did a lot of, it was just my gap year, like just having the time to just do it. So I just did it. So I'd cook a lot for my family. I started cooking when I was like a little kid. Like I started cooking like Christmas and Thanksgiving dinner as a middle schooler, just for my family.
Wow.
Just to do it, And then I got really, really good during my gap year. But, I really like to cook for my family, and like I like to cook for my partners and my friends. So yeah, the Poconos, it was a nice opportunity because Philadelphia, like our dorms, we don't have kitchens. So it's, we don't have the opportunity to cook often. But when I was at Poconos, the kitchen was fully stocked. Like I had people to cook for. A lot of times when I cook, there's like not a lot of people to cook for anyways, because like I'm not back home, and I guess I could cook here, but it's just difficult here. Yeah. But like I like cooking and having people eat my food, So it was nice having a bunch of like 14 hungry college students that eat dining hall food for a living, like eating real food for once. It was nice, it was rewarding. Yeah. And I just, I really like being in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeding the mouths of the hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Do you get like, because I don't cook a ton, but do you get like some sort of satisfaction when you make a meal and everyone enjoys it, or is it just like this is just go, or do you just not care? Like
I love it.
Okay.
I love seeing how people react when my food like touches their tongues, like because it's different. Like so I made like homemade Pop-Tarts, right? Like from scratch. Homemade puff pastry, homemade jam, homemade frosting, homemade everything.
It's tough. Yeah.
Yeah. And like it's like very laborious work, but like I've nailed it down to a T where I know how to do it the most efficient way. But I also know what ingredients to use and like the best processes to make the food taste good. And like, I don't know, Pop-Tart's gonna suck. Like if you buy it from a package, or even go to the bakery, like people use different types of crust and it's just not the same. But I've just like made Pop-Tarts for so long. Like during quarantine, I would make these Pop-Tarts and sell them. Like I would just sell them. $5 a pop, and people would just eat them up. Like people in my hometown, they would just eat it up. So I made it again during Poconos, and like people just really enjoyed it. And I like feeding people. Like I it's kind of like a love language of mine. Like I grew up, like my mom would make sure that I'm well fed. Like I don't know, that's just how I show my love. So it's nice when people try my food and they like it, and if they don't like it, they tell me what to do to make it better. But I like to pride myself on my cooking and like sharing that with people. I do like sharing a lot.
That's cool. Sharing is caring. That's what they say.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
What do you think is your main field of expertise within cooking? Like, are you elite at meats, elite at desserts like Pop-Tarts? Like, what's your forte?
Let me think. I do think I'm pretty good at grilling. I mean, I'm vegetarian, but like I always work the grill whenever we have barbecues because I know when the meat's done. I can tell. I know how to flavor things. But I mean, I like to think that I'm pretty good at baking. I don't bake bread though. I don't make bread often. I'm not really good with like foods that require yeast. But like I'd like to think that I'd make pretty good cakes, Pop-Tarts, pastries. I also like to make sushi, like vegetarian sushi. I don't know. I just like to, do what I can. I cook for Thanksgiving. I cook for Christmas. Like, the average like American meal: mashed potatoes, turkey, cranberry sauce, pies. Aside from that, yeah, I think I'd say I'm more of like a jack of all trades than a specialist when it comes to baking or just cooking.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when you're listing all those foods. I was like, oh, basically you're good at making anything because like you went through everything. I think
so. Yeah.
You're nice with it. We're just trying to get like you at this point. We're just trying to get like you. So
you get there. Just take a gap year.
Yeah, for real.
No, fine. I do like to think I'd make some mean tofu. Like I know how to make tofu.
I tried your tofu. It was good. Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
The spring roll and all that.
Yeah,
that
like cut it up, put some cornstarch on it with like a bunch of seasonings, fry it for a bit, eat it with the spring roll. It was really good.
I'm not even a big tofu person. When I had that tofu, I was like,
it's different.
Yeah.
See, the key ingredient, it's a Vietnamese thing. It's an Asian thing. You get mushroom. So it's like they sell in the store. It's like mushroom, right? And they dehydrate it and they grind it up into a powder. So it's like mushroom seasoning. It's basically MSG. Honestly, it's MSG. But like, it's delicious. And MSG is not even bad like that.
Yeah. MSG, what's that?
MSG, I don't know. It's like a type of salt, but like, it was a whole controversy. Like, oh, like, MSG is bad for you. MSG is bad for you. Like, don't eat it. It gives me headaches. But like a lot of Chinese restaurants, a lot of Asian restaurants use MSG. So there's this rhetoric in like the cooking world where it's like, oh, MSG is just terrible for you. Like, I don't want to eat at this Chinese restaurant because like they have MSG. But like, a lot of foods just have MSG. Like Ruffles have MSG. Like a lot of chips have MSG. A lot of just foods out there just have MSG, right? And it's just like a type of umami flavor it's very similar to salt. Like I don't know the chemical makeup of it, but it's like basically salt. It's a type of salt, I guess. And correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, it adds like a deep flavor to it. Like it just tastes different. Yeah.
I got you. I mean, you're familiar with all the terms, so I wasn't like well versed in that, but appreciate you for educating me on MSG. I thought because when you say MSG, the first thing I think of is Madison Square Garden.
Oh yeah,
like, people are putting New York in their food. Like,
are you keeping on with basketball right now?
Yeah.
Who you got for the finals?
Well, like who I want to make it or who do I think will make it?
All right, both.
Both. I'm a Rockets fan.
You're a Rockets fan? Are they even? They're not playing.
Nah, we're in the lottery. Yeah.
John Wall though.
John Wall, yeah.
Ever since he left Wizards, that was like he was really good on the Wizards. Like I remember there was one year, it was Wizards. It was like John Wall, Bradley Beal, and they were playing the Cavs, and they had this series. Like it was like 3-3 or something. They were playing the Cavs. Like I think this is the year that LeBron won the championship. But like LeBron beat the Wizards on like a turnaround bank shot 3-pointer.
Yeah.
I like it was a buzzer beater too or something. It was really close, and that just Wizards are gone. But like I think that was the closest that we've ever been to like the farthest we've ever been in the finals or the playoffs.
Yeah.
But yeah. So who you got then?
Your team used to be tough. Like John Wall used to be so quick, giving you 20 and 9.
Remember when John Wall won the dunk contest?
He did?
Yeah, it was like a long time ago.
I didn't know. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, he was different.
Yeah.
But I don't know, injuries, I guess.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, I feel like in the West is kind of crowded at the top. I feel like
the West is like there's a lot of competition.
Yeah. I might go for the Warriors in the West.
Okay, yeah. The thing is, I don't want the Warriors to win, but like they have a really good shot.
Yeah.
Considering how like everybody's playing Jordan Poole, like he's crazy right now.
Full party.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Splash Brothers, everything. No, but like I mean, because I'm so sick and tired of seeing the Warriors win.
Yeah.
I really want CP3 to finally get his ring. I really want the Suns to win. They were really close that one year, but I don't know, that'd be really cool to see because he's like getting old,
Yeah.
I think the East. Well, wait. So you think the Warriors are gonna win?
I think so. Well, I think they'll make it to the finals. That's my pick for the finals. But like you, I also agree. I want Chris Paul to make it to,
Yeah,
win the
I'm
championship.
rooting for the Suns.
Yeah, Suns.
That's good for them because I remember watching basketball in like high school, middle school. Like the Suns were like the team you laugh at. like when Devin Booker scored 70 points.
They lost.
And then they lost. Still lost. Oh my god, that was like oh my god. But they're doing really well now. Like I didn't realize Or I didn't think that D-Book and CP3 would play so well together, but like they do, and it's awesome.
Yeah. D-Book is cold.
He is cold.
Yeah,
is he still with Kylie Jenner? I don't think he is. Remember it was Kylie Jenner for a bit?
He was, yeah, at a point. And in the East, I'd probably say I have to go for the. It's tough, but maybe the Bucks. I don't see anyone beating the Bucks.
Bro, I feel like the Bucks are like soft. I'm so serious though. Crazy. I'm so serious. What seed are they?
I think they were not 1, not 2. I think there were 3. Yeah, I think there were 3.
Okay, I was actually kind of surprised seeing the Heat they were the first seed.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. You know, the thing about the Heat, they know how to draft. Like, they can all shoot, you know? Like, I don't know. He does a really good job. Like, because they have a lot of, like, people on their team that are just undrafted. Like, they know how to find hidden talent. You know? Like, Duncan Robinson, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I'm rooting for the Heat. I don't know if they're going to get past Celtics, though.
Celtics are tough, though.
Dude, Celtics are really tough right now.
Yeah.
Like, 3-0. Like, right now, they're 3-0.
Yeah.
Like, did you see the game last night?
I didn't see it, but I saw the highlights, and I was like, wow. 3-0
I saw,
against
the final half. Dude, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, they're really frustrated right now. You can tell. But you know Kyrie's fasting.
Yeah, he's observing Ramadan. Yeah. I didn't know he was Muslim until he said he was fasting. Yeah.
I didn't know what his religion was. I just know he thinks the earth is flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's an interesting guy. And he's an anti-vaxxer. I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Is he still? He's still unvaccinated.
He's still unvaccinated, yeah.
No, but I think Brooklyn lifted the thing.
Yeah. Unvaccinated Kyrie.
Unvaccinated Kyrie.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. Kyrie's handles. We were talking about this on the Davis episode, and his handles. Wow, it's incredible.
No, they're crazy. They're so crazy. When he was like learning how to play basketball, like he would put a plastic bag around the basketball.
Oh, for real?
Like a grocery bag, and like dribble with that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like disrupt the natural flow.
Yeah,
of the
like
ball?
so you could handle it better.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like watching poetry in motion. Like I could watch Kyrie highlights for days. Mm-hmm. So.
No, he's good. He's different.
Yeah.
He's different. Yeah, and like when he got drafted, he was like first pick, and he only played like 11 games for Duke.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, he got injured. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, you know who I want to see in the playoffs though?
Who?
Hornets. LaMelo.
That would have been fun.
Yeah.
That would have been fun. LaMelo. Ever since LaMelo went to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte. I always confuse Charlotte and New Orleans. I always get them too confused. But ever since he went to Charlotte, like the energy shifted there. It's just different now.
Yeah, it's complete. He changed the team.
Yeah, he did. Where's Jello at though?
Yeah.
And where's he at though? Like, where is he though? Actually,
he's with their G League team. He's with
their
G League affiliate, Greensboro Swarm.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, somewhere in North Carolina. Yeah.
The Bulls did really well this year.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
They were pretty solid. Yeah. I don't know if they're in the playoffs though.
Yeah, they're facing the Bucks right now. I think
really?
The Bulls are the 6th seed and the Bucks are the 3rd.
Oh.
I believe.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I've been quiet. It's been quiet from the Bulls.
Yeah, because they lose it. Yeah, it's tough. What do you think of Kyle Kuzma this season on your Washington Wizards?
Kyle Kuzma?
Yeah.
You see, I saw the Wizards play the Sixers in February. Oh. And like Kyle Kuzma played decently well. And then so did Spencer Dinwiddie. Like he had a triple double, but then they traded him like a couple weeks later. I think Kristaps is on the Wizards now too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. It's really hard for me to form opinions. Like I don't feel good. I'm a Wizards fan, like because I'm from the DC area, but I haven't actively supported them since Bradley Beal and John Wall were together. I think they should just trade Bradley Beal. Like they should just let it go. Like you guys are not winning a chip in the next 4 years at least. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should trade him if they're trying to win, but I feel like Bradley Beal's eligible for an extension soon. So
he might be.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna sign it. I don't know how eager he is to sign with them again. Like I wouldn't.
But the money though, the money's crazy.
You think so? You think they have money to give him? I mean, he's like the only star.
Yeah.
I guess.
I think he's the only player who'd be eligible for something for like a huge extension like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just talking about from his perspective. I mean, that's generational wealth. Mm-hmm. If you get like a max deal or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what contract he's on now, but that could go crazy.
You know, my mom met him once. Like he came into my mom owns a nail salon, and he came into the nail salon with his girlfriend.
He told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like him a lot. Probably one of my favorite basketball players.
Did she get a photo? Did she get a photo with him? Or?
Bro, she has a photo with him like with her hand on his chest. Like she's like just with his. Oh my god.
Yeah, Bradley Beal is definitely a great player to watch. Like yeah, he led the league in scoring one time. He had like 30.
I think he did.
Yeah,
I feel like he did. I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Yeah. He's going crazy on them.
Yeah.
But moving away from basketball, still on topic of food, you worked at Chipotle for a little bit.
I did work at Chipotle.
Yeah, tell me how that was like.
Well, customers are really mean. They get mad if you don't scoop them enough chicken. Like they will like. I've seen like my coworkers get berated because they don't get enough chicken or something. So like sometimes I just wouldn't want to work at the front because like customers are just really really rude to service workers. So a lot of times I would just sit in the back and wash dishes all day, like hours on end, just having my hands in the soaking water, and like my hands would be all shriveled up by the end of the day. And I got eczema too, so I would dry my hands out. But like it was worth not having to talk to people sometimes. When I did work in the front, I would like do the cashier. I was really good at rolling burritos. Like I was really good at that. Like people like would like, Emily, can you just roll this? Because people just get burritos, like just a lot of food, and I just roll it. But aside from that, like it was an experience. Like it was one of my first real jobs, and it was really nice. Like getting to know people, like people from like different communities, and just like just working together. Like I learned a lot of Spanish, which unfortunately I've lost by now because I just stopped taking Spanish classes and I just stopped practicing. But yeah, it was fun. Like I would work the grill sometimes. Honestly, Chipotle has really fresh food. Like the food is really fresh. Like nothing. We don't even have a freezer. We just have a fridge.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Like we would make the sauces every morning. We would make the guac like twice a day. We would make the chips twice a day.
Wow.
Granted, like the Chipotle's around. Like, there's a Chipotle on campus. I went there the other day. They were out of rice.
Yeah, for Penn Bems.
Yeah. Like they were out of rice straight up. And when they did have rice, it was like no lemon, no salt, no cilantro. It was just rice. And I was like, you're really gonna do me like that? But Chipotle at home, like where I worked at, really good stuff. So yeah, it was a good first job. I learned a lot about like hard work and like working with teams and like working around like different roles, like working the grill versus like cashier or like clean. Sometimes I'd clean a lot too. Yeah, it was nice. Like it was nice getting that experience.
That's cool. Like, were you working part-time and doing school the other time?
I was working during a summer. I worked an entire summer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This was like, I think it's summer before senior year, right?
This was the summer of 2017 or 2018. It was a summer going to junior year or senior year. I don't know. I was young. It was a long time ago.
Yeah. Young Emily in Rockville.
I know. I'm old now.
21?
Yeah, I'm 21.
21 years young.
That's crazy. I got knee pain. I got back pain. I'm old.
Knees weak, arms are heavy.
Mom's spaghetti.
Yes, ma'am. And speaking of Chipotle, like Penn Bems, you're really involved in that. You're a board director, and that's a peer counseling service at Penn. Yeah. You had a recent fundraiser at Chipotle, which kind of ties in with I don't know if that's a full circle moment, like working at Chipotle, then doing Penn Bems.
The thing about Chipotle, I'll give it to them. They're really good with hosting fundraisers. Like I've been hosting fundraisers with Chipotle since high school because I was a class president, so we'd like do a lot of fundraisers for the school. So like I did a lot of work with Chipotle, just like emailing them like, hey, can we have a fundraiser this day? And like back then they would give us 50% of like the proceeds. Now it's like 33. I don't know. I guess the pandemic changed that. But yeah, like honestly, like despite the Chipotle running out of rice, like they're actually really good about it. Cause I actually emailed them. I was like, hey, I just had a fundraiser with you guys tonight, but like I'm really like upset that like you guys didn't have rice and like so many people left. Like so many people left the fundraiser. Like they couldn't eat food because how you can eat a burrito with no rice, I guess, or a Chipotle burrito with no rice. Yeah. And so I emailed them. I was like, hey, like the fundraiser didn't go so well. And I brought a big crowd, but like a lot of people left because there was no rice. And like, oh, I'm sorry. Like we'll do an audit and see. And they like bumped the check. Like they added a bunch of money to the check to donate to the club, to the Penn Bems.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So like honestly, like props to them.
Shout out Chipotle.
Yeah, shout out Chipotle. They got good food too. The macros go crazy. Gym bros love Chipotle.
That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the gallons of water, Chipotle in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You see them. Yeah. Tell me about Penn Bems and why you wanted to get into peer counseling and, your story for that?
So Penn Ben's, it's Penn Benjamins. We call it Penn Ben's just to shorten it. So I got into peer counseling because I have mental illness. You know, like I grew up around mental illness. Like I started becoming more mental ill like my high school year, like high school, college, and I also realized that like there's a really interesting. Nobody has been able to put their finger on it, but there's a culture at Penn that just makes people stressed. Like being on this campus makes people stressed, right? And the counseling services here are like not the best. Like, have you tried reaching out to CAPS before? Like, have you ever it's called CAPS? Like, have you ever reached out to them or like?
No.
Like, have you heard about them at all?
I've heard about them, but I haven't used them at all. No.
So like I don't know if they know this, but like CAPS in the student body has a really bad reputation. The reason why I went against Penn Ben's is because like I feel like I have the strong ability to just talk to people and have the empathy to hold space for people, because that's what peer counseling is about, like seeing eye to eye with somebody and holding space for their emotions, for their feelings, and just like letting them talk, like letting them share with you like however they're feeling and validating them. And I feel like I've gained that skill because like I've seen a lot in my life where I understand how to approach people by now. Like as a kid, I did not get it. I was like, why are you depressed? Just like go on a walk, get some air, stop playing video games. And then I grew to experience those things myself, and I was like, okay, sometimes it's not as easy as turning off your phone and reading a book or doing breathing exercises or doing yoga. Like talking to people is really, really good, and trying to be understanding of people. So after experiencing like mental illness myself and like trauma myself, I kind of gained the ability to like be empathetic with people and like not prejudge people, you know, like just trying to have an open mind to whatever they're saying. So I got into Penn Benjamin's my freshman year of college. I applied at spring semester, and then I spent the entire spring semester training. So I attend 3-hour training sessions where we just practice talking to people and like practice this framework on like how do you approach a problem and how do you solve it. So a lot of peer counseling, it's like the peer comes in and the counselor basically reiterates everything they're saying. Like, oh, so basically what I'm getting is you feel this way, and you feel this way. And then we provide them like a framework on which steps to take next. So if you do this, this will happen. If you do Y, this will happen. If you do Z, this will happen. So we help guide the peer, and like we don't impose, like we're not professionals, and like we cannot like give advice, but we can give like steps on how the peer can figure out what to do, what is best for them. So I learned that spring, like I learned how to formally talk to people like spring of my freshman year. And then like come sophomore year, I grew really involved in Penn Ben's. Like I host some fundraisers. I'm really close friends with the president, and she's actually graduating. So I talked to her, I was like, yo, like what's the leadership looking like next semester? And like, oh, we're gonna have elections, blah, blah, blah. And I signed up to be president, and nobody else wanted to be president. So like, okay, bet. So I became president. And it's honestly been going really, really well. Like I brought in like 30 new counselors for next year, and we just finished training them. And I'm bringing in some people that aren't counselors to help with marketing and operations and finance.
Oh, that's cool.
So so it's not only peer counseling. And right now we're actually trying to work with other student mental health clubs at Penn, like student clubs. Like there's some called like Penn Reflect, Cogwell, and Rapline. And we're trying to work with them to create like a mental health union, to have like a representative student body, to talk about mental health issues for like towards admin and stuff. So yeah, I feel like it's been a good experience so far. Every Penn Ben I've met, I genuinely like everybody's very easy to talk to. Like there's a whole application process. Like we don't let people that can't talk in, like you have to be able to talk and listen to be a Ben. But I really enjoy it. Like it's like my little passion project,
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember you mentioned that there were elections for president, mm-hmm. and no one else wanted to sign up. So when people needed you most, everyone else vanished, but you appeared. So
yeah, I mean, I've been wanting to step up. Like I had a feeling that I had a good feeling that I was gonna be able to have a good role with Ben's. And given that nobody else applied for president, I was like, okay, I might as well just take it and run with it.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's cool. We're here now.
Yeah, we're here now, and it's like, yeah, it's been going very well. This week is actually the last week of counseling because it's about to be finals. We're students too, so we can't counsel through finals. But yeah, it's been a very solid semester.
That's cool. Yeah. And we kind of spoke about this in the episode with, I think, Teosi, like being able, you guys are able to come at certain problems in a different kind of way because you're in a similar age demographic to the people you're talking to, and you're seeing things more laterally and from a shorter distance as well, in terms of like the distance between you and the person you're talking to isn't that great as it would be if you're talking to a professional.
Exactly.
So it's definitely like a benefit when it comes to coming at a different angle like that. So
yeah, some people just don't trust caps, and even when they do trust caps, try to get an appointment with them, unfortunately there's like long wait times, you know, and sometimes people really just need to talk to somebody like now. And so we're in the library every night, almost every night, Sunday to Thursday, every night, just so some people can walk in and just talk. And a lot of the problems that they experience they're problems that are like universal to the college campus: stress, dating, work. But you know, it's relatable stuff to us, so it helps us in helping them.
That's cool. Yeah, it's really inspiring. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. And you talk about the importance of, you know, pen counselors being able to not only just talk but also be able to listen. I guess you could apply that to a podcast as well. Like, you need to have that skill as well. I try to listen to the guests, you know, and try to hear what they're saying. So that's cool. Like, you guys are doing something cool, starting a new wave. So that's nice. Yeah.
Listening is a really good skill to have.
Yeah. What do they say? Like, oh, you have 2 ears or one mouth, so you should be listening.
Yeah, exactly. Listening twice as more as you talk or something.
Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah. I'm not the parable man, though. I don't have all the answers, but yeah. Moving away from, you know, pen bends, I realized I was calling it pen bems, but I knew it was pen Benjamin. I don't know why. It's kind of embarrassing, but
you're good. Maybe you thought it was a pen Dems. That's a club. Pen Dems.
Pen Dems. No, the thing is, it's weird. It's like I knew it was pen Benjamins, but I was calling it pen Bems. I just thought it was Bems. Maybe I was confused. Maybe I was confusing with Bems. I don't know. Moving away from that, though, I know you're involved in design stuff. Like, you're design manager for Echo's Literary Magazine. You guys were going crazy 2016 to 2019.
Did you look at my LinkedIn, bruh? Be real. Did you look at my LinkedIn?
I mean, a good researcher never discloses his methods. So, like, I don't know. Did I not? I mean,
oh, my gosh. Yeah, I used to do a lot of design stuff. Unfortunately, I don't do that. I'm not on that wave anymore. But I used to be really into book design. I really like book design because it's very, like, systematic. It's very, like, a lot of right angles, a lot of just, like, perfectionism. Like, oh, this margin goes there. Like, this amount of white space goes here. Like, I very much so like it. I like book design a lot. I actually applied to this school as a visual studies major.
Wow.
Yeah, like I applied as visual studies because I was really into art. Like, I would do a lot of painting in high school, and like the books that I designed for school, like they're my passion project too. Like I just be designing all the time. People thought I was like, oh, Emily's the art kid. Like, I'm the art kid. So I applied to Penn as visual studies because I wanted to do like book design. And then I kind of just like, it just wasn't the vibe anymore. Like, I got here and I was like, this is not the vibe. And so then, like, just dealing with all of my healthcare experiences, I realized that like the healthcare system sucks. So like once I got to school, I shifted to a health and societies major, and now I do a lot of like healthcare, like public policy, which I'm really into.
That's cool.
Yeah.
HSOC, Health and Societies.
Yes.
Are you still doing that minor in bioethics?
I am doing a bioethics minor.
Okay.
But I'm thinking about, here's the thing. I'm thinking about minoring in like econ, but like the only reason why is because like I want to look like a good candidate for like jobs, right? Because I like public policy, and then like just like financing healthcare, like econ's very important. So I'm debating an econ minor too, but like given that I'm not really that passionate about it, I feel like it might make my experience at school like a lot worse. But I'm also thinking about creative writing as a minor. I really like to write, so I might get into that. Yeah.
Would you have to do extra classes to do a minor, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd have to take 6-7 extra classes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
But
tough.
I think so. I'd have to take like 5 to 6 a semester. So I think, I don't know. I have to sit down, figure that out.
Yeah, that's rigorous. That's some dual degree type stuff, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, creative writing cannot be that bad. I like to write anyway, so just give me a reason to write, you know?
That's cool. I like that. You know, passions, you know, seems like your passions span into a lot of different lanes, you know, biking, art, creative writing, HSOC, like cooking. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to think that I'm a pretty, not to toot my own, toot my own horn.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that, I don't know, I have a lot of, my interests are everywhere. They're literally everywhere. Sadly, I'm not into design as much anymore, but like I've moved on into like bigger picture things, which is like I enjoy it.
Yeah. The bigger picture. Shout out Lil Baby. Yeah.
You like Lil Baby?
I like a few of his songs. I don't really listen to him like that, but I like The Bigger Picture. That's my favorite song by him.
I don't listen to Lil Baby like that.
I know you're also into photography though. I mean, is that something you've kept up with at Penn now, or
Not at all. Not at all. I'm not into. See, I haven't made art in a very long time. I don't take pictures. Like I do not take pictures. So yeah, I don't know, things just come and go, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comes and goes in waves. That's how it is in life.
That's just how it is.
Yeah, for real. And moving away from that, we have the Oluswole Bowl. This is part of the podcast where we ask you some off-the-cuff questions.
All right, bet.
Yeah. So starting with the first one, what's something that you think is true that no one agrees with you on?
All right. There's a lot. I have a lot of takes, but I literally do not remember any of them. This is difficult. What I think is true that not a lot of people agree on. I really like. Okay, you know the Jordan 5s, the orange ones?
Oh, those?
I really like those.
They're okay.
Exactly. I love those shoes. But I remember I was gonna buy them, and then I asked everybody like that were friends with, like, should I get these? Everyone was like, no. I like those shoes a lot.
And another question is, would you rather go back in time to meet your ancestors, or would you go back in the future and meet your great grandkids?
I would go back in time. I feel like if I go in the future, it might mess up my head, like seeing everything. It might be too different. I mean, if I go back in time, it would be different, but I'd at least learn like more about my life, because I don't know anything about my great ancestors. I don't know much about them. I just know stories through stories. But I don't know them personally. I don't know who they were, what they were like. Like, my history is very vague. Like, my parents did a lot of moving growing up. We have a very big family on both sides. So yeah, I'd love to go back in time and see like what they're experiencing, because like I think my great ancestors, like, I mean, they probably lived in China or Cambodia, Vietnam. I had no idea what they were doing, but I don't know. I don't know how they were surviving. Like, I don't know what their life was like. So it'd be really cool to see and like better understand that.
Yeah, I feel like I would agree with you on that point to some degree, because I feel like it'd just be more interesting. I feel like you'd learn more about yourself if you went back in time and see what people who came before you were like. I think my greats were all in Nigeria, to my knowledge, I'd say. I don't think we've left for a while, but it would be cool to see like what life was like back then, and like the kind of stuff they're getting into. That would be interesting, and learn more about, you know, just the culture and seeing what's up, you know. Yeah, I really want to get more in touch with my culture. Like, I started taking Vietnamese classes this year. It's been difficult. Vietnamese is really hard, but I'm just trying to be more in touch with my family and like get closer to them, like culturally. We had, I think, at my school in Texas, because I'm from Houston, there was a pretty big like Vietnamese American presence there.
Oh yeah, it's huge in Texas. Yeah, and Maryland is pretty big too. Yeah. Shout out Rockville. Yeah, DMV. I love the DMV. Why? It's a good area, because everybody I met there is just great. Most people I grew up with are really cool people, and like there's a sense of belonging there. It's a very diverse area. It's like the city I live in is one of the most diverse cities in America, right? And like growing up in the DMV, like there's not a lot of if you're in like a certain city, it can be a predominantly white school, but the school I went to, like in high school and middle school, it was like white people were the minority, right? And it was very diverse. Like I feel like mostly everybody felt like they had a place. Like they felt like they could belong. And it was so diverse. It was really beautiful, just like seeing how different people. Oh, you good? Yeah, I almost dropped it. Yeah. My bad. It was just nice, like seeing hang out with people from different communities and stuff. And I don't know, it's like there's a strong sense of belonging there, and people from the DMV just have a specific like culture to them. It's very specific. Like you can, if you talk to somebody and you sit down with them, like just specific words they say, you can tell that they're from the DMV.
I remember you did say that when we talk to someone from the DMV, you know they're from the DMV.
Yeah.
I know you're not from this part of Maryland, but I know in Baltimore, have you come across people from Baltimore who do all the U fronting, and they pronounce it like oohs, like you, like instead of do, they say like do, you know?
I haven't paid a lot of attention to that. I have a lot of friends in Baltimore right now. I haven't paid much attention to that. Have you seen that one video? It's like people from Baltimore. It's like, earn. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Earn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earn.
Yeah. With the earns too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very unique accent. I don't know why.
It's very unique.
I don't know why it's just specific to Baltimore, not like all of Maryland.
Yeah, I love Baltimore though. Like I would live there. I would live there if I could.
Johns Hopkins.
I like I like it. I feel like it has a lot of heart. Reminds me of Philly, but like not really, just a little bit. But I have a lot of friends that live there right now, so I like to I hang out there like quite a lot.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to Baltimore. I've been to DC though, but yeah.
I mean, it's like you wouldn't visit Baltimore just to visit Baltimore. Like I visit Baltimore because my friends are there, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like people wouldn't be like, oh, let's go to Baltimore, hang out.
I see.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, Johns Hopkins is in Baltimore,
Johns
right?
Hopkins is in Baltimore.
Then I've been to Baltimore just briefly.
Yeah. But
yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah, so this marks the end of the podcast. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate the time.
Yeah, of course, anytime.
Yeah, first podcast. How did it feel?
It felt not bad, honestly. Yeah. Like people have been reaching out to me like, oh, can you do my mental health podcast? Because like I do a lot of mental health stuff. Yeah. At Penn. I'm like, oh yeah, we would love to hear about like your takes on mental. I'm like, bro, I'm mentally ill too. Like, I don't know what to say, but I mean, yeah, it's good. I have a lot of podcasts coming up. I guess this is good practice. Yeah. Yeah.
Mrs. Worldwide. I mean, everyone's trying to get you on their show.
Yeah, it's chill. Yeah.
Oluswole's on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. We're on TikTok. So Corvette, helicopter. Thank you guys for listening. Peace.